You know that moment when the house finally gets quiet, but your body still feels on? Not wide awake, just wired enough that real rest never fully arrives. That one hidden state is where a lot of men lose energy, calm, and intimate confidence without realizing it. Tonight, I'm going to show you a 5-minute night reset that trains your nervous system to downshift, helps blood vessels relax, and makes your body more predictable again. No awkward gimmicks, no miracle promises. Just a simple switch most men never learn. There's a reason some nights you sleep long enough, yet wake up flat, like the battery never charged. And there's a reason that same week, confidence feels less steady, desire feels muted, and your body feels slower to respond. It's tempting to blame age, or to blame motivation, or to blame stress as a vague idea. But when you zoom in, it's usually one very specific thing. Your system is failing to transition into true recovery. Most men think recovery is passive. You lie down, you close your eyes, and time does the work. But as the years add up, recovery becomes more like steering a boat into a dock. If you come in too fast, you bump the pier. If you come in at the right speed, everything settles. That speed is your nervous system. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts differently on a night when you feel safe and calm, versus a night when you were scrolling, arguing, worrying, or rushing until the last minute? Same bed, same hours, completely different result. Why? Because your nervous system is the gatekeeper. It decides whether your body is allowed to repair or forced to stay on guard. And that guard mode affects more than sleep. It affects blood flow, stress hormones, and the smooth, dimmer switch response that intimate health depends on. Not because you're broken, because your body is doing what it was designed to do. Stay ready. Here's the open loop from the hook. There's one bedtime habit that feels relaxing, that almost everyone defends, and that can quietly cancel deep recovery. I'll tell you what it is soon. But first, you need to understand the chain. When your system stays slightly alert at night, your breathing tends to become shallow, your jaw stays tight, your shoulders stay lifted, your heart rate settles, but not fully, and stress hormones, especially cortisol, don't drop the way they're supposed to. Cortisol is not bad. You need it in the morning, but high cortisol at night is like leaving the engine running while trying to refill the tank. High nighttime cortisol tightens blood vessels. Tight vessels don't repair well. And vessels that don't repair well don't respond smoothly the next day. This is why intimate response often becomes unpredictable. It's not that blood flow disappears. It's that your vessels lose flexibility, like a hose that used to bend easily but now kinks under pressure. Now here's the part most men miss. Your body learns patterns. If your evenings repeatedly end in stimulation, worry, bright light, heavy food, or constant noise, your system learns that nighttime is not for repair. It's for vigilance. Then you wonder why you feel tired, tense, and less responsive. So tonight, we're not chasing a quick fix. We're training a transition. We're teaching your body one simple message. We're safe. You can downshift now. This 5-minute reset has 3 goals: to slow your internal pace, to relax vessels through the nervous system, and to reduce the tension that makes your body rush. And it's designed for real life, no complicated routines. Before we do it, 2 quick safety notes. If you ever have chest pain, severe shortness of breath, fainting, or sudden new symptoms, get urgent care. And if you take heart or blood pressure medications, or you manage diabetes, talk with your clinician before major changes to exercise, diet, or supplements. This reset is gentle, but your overall plan should always be safe. All right, here's the reset. Picture it like a landing sequence. You're telling your system, slow down, soften, settle. First minute, light and sound downshift. Turn the room lights down, not off like a cave, just down. If the TV is on, Lower the volume or switch to something calm. Your brain is an organ that responds to light like a command. Bright light tells it, stay sharp. Dim light tells it, it's safe to relax. Simple, but powerful. Second minute. The breath that changes the whole system. Sit on the edge of the bed or stand comfortably. One hand on your chest, one on your belly. Inhale through your nose for about 4 seconds. Exhale through your nose for 6 to 8 seconds. Not forced, smooth. If the exhale feels too long, make it 5 or 6. The key is this. Your exhale becomes longer than your inhale. Why does that matter? Because the long exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the downshift side. It's the part that supports calm, better digestion, vessel relaxation, and steady control. Short exhales keep you in alert mode. And long exhales teach the body, we're not in danger. Here's a tiny pattern break. If you want your body to stop rushing, stop breathing like you're late for a train. Third minute, soften the hidden clamps. As you keep breathing, scan 3 places: jaw, shoulders, lower belly. Are you clenching without realizing it? Most men are. Drop the shoulders 1 centimeter, let the jaw loosen. Unclench the tongue from the roof of the mouth. It sounds small, but tension travels. A tight jaw often means a tight pelvis. And a tight pelvis means the system reacts too fast. Fourth minute. Open the circulation gates. You have 2 easy options. Choose one. Option A. Lie down and place your calves on the bed, or a pillow so your knees are slightly bent. This position lets the lower back relax and improves return flow without effort. Then your body reads it as, we're done for the day. Option B. If lying down makes your mind race, take a calm 2-minute walk around your room or hallway. No phone, no bright lights, just quiet steps. This tells your nervous system, we're moving, but we're not chasing. It drains leftover stress chemistry. Fifth minute. Seal the signal. Take 3 slow exhales, and on each exhale, imagine releasing pressure from the chest. Not mystical, practical. Your body associates imagery with sensation. If you picture release while exhaling, the muscles follow the direction. That's it. 5 minutes. No drama. Now here's where it gets interesting. The reset works best when you stop sabotaging it with the habit I promised to reveal. The habit is the reward stack: late caffeine, late heavy food and alcohol, or scrolling as a sedative. Most men don't do this because they're careless. They do it because they're tired, stressed, and looking for relief. But over time, the reward stack trains a terrible pattern: wired late, then collapsed. Caffeine late keeps adrenaline signals high. Heavy late meals pull blood to digestion and disrupt deep sleep. Alcohol may knock you out, but it fragments the restorative stages and can raise nighttime stress hormones later. And scrolling. Scrolling is a slot machine for the brain. Every swipe is a tiny hit of novelty, and novelty is stimulation. You're training your nervous system to stay hungry and alert right when it should be repairing. So the twist is this: the biggest sleep problem isn't sleep. It's the way modern life teaches your body to refuse recovery. Now, if you're thinking, but I need something to relax, good. That means you're honest. Let's replace the reward stack with something that actually restores you. A calmer swap that doesn't feel like punishment. Keep your last big meal earlier, and if you need something later, make it light. Protein and a small portion, not sugar and refined carbs. Move caffeine earlier in the day. And if you enjoy a drink, keep it modest and not right before bed. You're not banning pleasure. You're protecting recovery. Let me ask you a blunt question. Is the thing you do to relax actually restoring you, or just sedating you? Now, we're not just doing this for better sleep. We're doing it because sleep is where the body repairs the exact systems that determine energy and intimate confidence. During deep sleep, blood vessels repair their lining. The nervous system resets its threat radar. On hormone signaling stabilizes. That's why men who sleep better often report better mood, steadier energy, and more predictable response, without changing anything in the moment. The body becomes ready again. And that leads to another misconception. A lot of men think intimate confidence is about effort. But the older you get, the more it becomes about readiness. Readiness is built at night. Here's a practical 2-week experiment you can do without obsessing. Try the 5-minute reset every night for 14 nights. Don't measure yourself like a test. Measure these 3 quiet signals instead. Do you fall asleep easier? Do you wake with less heaviness? And do you feel less rushed during the day? If those improve, your system is recovering. And when your system recovers, other areas often follow. Because the body prioritizes survival over pleasure when it feels depleted. When you restore recovery, the body becomes more generous. Energy returns. Desire feels more present. Confidence becomes calmer. Have you noticed how different you feel on a day when you're rested? How everything feels less urgent? That's regulation. That's the goal. Now let's address the what if nothing changes? Fear. If you do this for 2 weeks and you still wake exhausted, it may be a sign of something that deserves medical attention. Sleep-breathing issues, anemia, thyroid changes, medication effects, blood sugar control, or mood concerns. That's not scary. It's useful. It means you stop guessing and start getting answers. Dignity is not silence. Dignity is taking care of yourself. And speaking of medications, if you take night medications that make you drowsy, this reset can still help. Because drowsy is not the same as restorative. You can be knocked out and still not recover. The reset helps the nervous system actually downshift, not just shut off. If your mind keeps racing, don't wrestle it. Give it a job. On each exhale, count down from 10. 10, 9, 8. Slow and steady. Minds love tasks. When the mind has a simple task, it stops scanning for threats. And when threat scanning stops, the body relaxes. There's another hidden lever we should talk about. Legs. Your legs are the largest muscle group you have, and they act like pumps for circulation. Regular, gentle leg work, chair stands, step-ups, controlled squats to a safe depth, improves blood sugar handling and vessel responsiveness. And better vessel responsiveness supports vitality. But timing matters. Do your heavier effort earlier in the day. At night, keep it gentle. Night is for repair, not for revving the engine. Now, let's go deeper. Because the most common reason men quit is this. They do it for 3 nights, expect a dramatic change, and when it's subtle, they assume it didn't work. But what you're training is not 1 night. You're training a baseline. Think of it like turning down the volume on a loud radio. It doesn't drop from 10 to 0 instantly. It drops from 10 to 9, then to 8. And one day, you realize you can finally hear yourself think. Here's a real-life example. Imagine a man who spends his day sitting tense. Traffic, work, family worries, constant notifications. At night, he's exhausted, so he collapses into bed with the phone. He scrolls until his eyes are heavy, then falls asleep. In the middle of the night, he wakes to use the bathroom. He's annoyed, checks the time, scrolls a bit more, and falls back into light sleep. In the morning, he wakes up tired, reaches for caffeine, and the loop repeats. Nothing here looks dangerous, but the system never truly lands. Now imagine the same man changes only one thing. The landing sequence. Phone stays outside the bedroom. Lights dim. 5 minutes of long exhale breathing. A calm walk after dinner instead of scrolling. He still wakes once to use the bathroom, but he doesn't turn on bright lights or grab the phone. He uses a soft night light, returns to bed, and takes 3 slow exhales. Within a week, his sleep becomes deeper. Within 2 weeks, he reports less morning heaviness. And once morning heaviness drops, everything becomes easier. Mood, patience, energy. And yes, onto confidence. If night urination is part of your routine, don't treat it like a personal failure. It's common, and it can have multiple causes. But here's what matters for recovery: how you handle the wake-up. Bright light, phone, and mental stimulation can turn a 2-minute bathroom trip into a full nervous system reboot. Keep it boring, keep it dark, keep it quiet. Boring protects recovery. Another hidden lever is temperature. Many men try to sleep in a warm room because it feels cozy, but a slightly cooler room often supports deeper sleep. If you can, lower the room temperature a bit, or use a lighter blanket. Your body's core temperature naturally drops to enter deeper sleep. Helping that drop can improve recovery. And here's a mistake that sounds healthy but often backfires: catching up on news or intense videos right before bed. Your brain doesn't care if the stress is real or on a screen. If your heart rate rises and your jaw tightens, your body reads it as activation. Activation at night is the opposite of repair. So here's a simple rule that many men find freeing. The last hour is not for consuming the world. It's for returning to yourself. Now, connect this to confidence in a grounded way. Confidence is not just a thought. It's the body's expectation of steadiness. When your body has been recovering well, it expects steadiness. When it hasn't, it expects unpredictability. And expectations shape response. That's why under-recovered men often feel anxiety even when life is fine. It's not in their head. It's the nervous system anticipating that it won't have enough resources. So when you practice the reset, you're updating your body's expectation. You're telling it repeatedly: we recover here, we settle here, we restore here. Over time, the body starts believing you. Here's one more seal the signal trick: the slow face release. Before sleep, relax the eyes, smooth the forehead, unclench the teeth. Let the lips part slightly. Face tension is a direct line into the threat system. When the face softens, the nervous system interprets safety. Safety equals better repair. If you want to take the reset from good to great, add one daylight anchor in the morning, because morning signals affect night signals. When you wake up, get some natural light in your eyes within the first hour if possible. A window, a balcony, a short walk. Morning light helps set your circadian rhythm, which helps your body naturally downshift later. Again, simple doesn't mean small. And simple means it actually fits your life. And finally, be careful with the one more thing habit. One more email, one more scroll, one more snack, one more video. Each one more feels harmless, but it keeps the nervous system slightly activated. The reset works when you give it a clean runway. So tonight, choose the adult flex. End the day on purpose, not with willpower battles, just with a routine that makes your body feel safe enough to repair. Do that, and you'll notice the real upgrade isn't only energy. It's calm, and calm is the foundation of control. Here's the climax, the deeper truth that makes this more than a sleep tip. The real enemy of performance as you age is not the number on the calendar. It's chronic, low-level urgency. Urgency trains the body to rush. Rushing tightens vessels and steals steadiness. When you train downshift instead, you train steadiness. And steadiness is what most men are really craving. Not a perfect performance, but a reliable body and a quieter mind. So if you're thinking, this sounds too simple, I understand. Simple doesn't mean weak. Simple means repeatable. And repeatable is what changes biology. Tonight, try it once. Dim the light. Long exhale. Soften jaw and shoulders. Support the legs or take the calm walk. 3 slow exhales to seal it. Then tomorrow, notice something small. Do you feel 1% less rushed? Do you breathe a little deeper? Do you wake a little less heavy? Those are wins. Those are your system relearning recovery. And if you have a partner, remember this. Intimacy often improves when the transition into calm improves. A regulated nervous system responds better than a rushed one. This isn't romance advice, it's physiology. final line to keep. Your body doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to signals. Tonight, send the signal of safety. Let recovery do what it was built to do. That's how you protect energy, blood flow, and confidence, quietly, safely, and on your terms.